Hey guys, it is Armedfro here. Got another match. This is versus my friend from the Pokemon Global Pokemon Zat? Pokemon Wi-Fi Zat? Some Zat, I don't know. But he is doing a pretty standard team. The Zoroark is kind of off-standard, but is pretty... It's a decent threat because of its illusion. It could look like, I don't know, Jolteon or Terrakion and do an off move and it just one-hit KO it. So, he's going to be up with Jolteon right when I just thought of switching my Meloetta, it could be immune to the Shadow Ball because it is normal type. But I'm going to summon my Stealth Rocks first. I see the Life Orb recoil, and I'm thinking, oh god, special defense drop. But I see the Life Orb recoil right off the bat, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a little tougher to take care of because he can switch into another move. But I thought to myself, even if he does go for, I don't know, the Volt Switch or the T-Bolt, or even the Signal Beam, I know my Meloetta will be able to take it. He probably has HP Ice, but just because of his massive special defense, he has enough special attack as he does his special defense, which is, I think, around 128. And it has pretty good HP, so it could take it very nicely, even with the Life Orb, and he's going to switch into his Zoroark. Actually, because of how he switched it around, it actually comes up at a Zoroark. I'm going to go with the U-turn because it's not good attack stat at all. It actually is going to be able to take that pretty nicely as I switch into my Houndoom, just because I can resist the Dark Attack, but he actually goes for the U-turn, which it is super effective against my Meloetta, and it would have done a lot more damage. But actually, I was fearing the Sucker Punch the first off right of the bat. So yeah, I'm gonna switch. He's gonna switch into his Terrakion. I do have the Hidden Power Fighting, but I know I cannot outspeed him just because of Houndoom's decent speed, but not as fast as Terrakion. He's gonna switch into. I'm gonna go switch into my Mew, as I'm not gonna be able to take two close combats. Even if I do, I'm just gonna go U-turn, switch into some other to outspeed him. But I'm thinking here, he's either banded or scarfed. Either way, he would be able to outspeed my Mew because I only have 100 base speed. But I really don't want to risk it. I'm just going to go into my Black Chrome that I know I can take a close combat, even if he's banded, and go for the Meteor Mash. He switches into his Slowbro to take the Meteor Mash, but I kind of knew that would happen, so I switched into Earthquake. I go into Earthquake. I should have switched my Rotom Wash here, I knew he would switch into Slowbro, but I just want to get some damage on this guy, see if he's more defensive bulky, or have some special attack, special defense investment. So I'm going to switch into my Rotom Wash as he goes for the Scald. I'm just really hoping for the non-burn. This is more a defensive one, but I do have the Volt Switch, so it is going to do a pretty good chunk, but I know he's going to predict the Volt Switch because it's completely obvious. So I'm actually going to go for the Hydro Pump here, as he actually switches, and I see the Jolteon, I'm like, oh my god, I predicted right. And I look at his HP, I'm like, oh wait, that's the Zoroark, isn't it? I thought I predicted right. I thought it would have been awesome, but he's actually using his Zoroark as death fodder, so he's going to go for the Dark Pulse and do a pretty good chunk to me. It's going to be a little less than half, so I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump, easily finish off the Zoroark. It's kind of good just because the illusion is taken away and now his Pokemon are actually what they assume to be. I don't have to be worried about is this Zoroark or is this not Zoroark. So here, he's going to switch into his Terrakion. I am more special defense investment, but this will pretty much show if he's banded or not, because it would not one-hit KO if it was banded, but from where I am at, it definitely KOs me, so I know it's banded. He's stuck in close combat. I'm going to switch into my Aria, just because I know I can outspeed because I'm Scarfed. Go for the Psychic. What I should have done here is go for the U-turn, switch in my Houndoom. But I think, you know what, Slowbro doesn't have amazing special defense, so I might be able to get a special defense drop because of, actually, her ability is Serene Grace. So I have a pretty good chance of getting a special defense drop off the Psychic. And his massive special attack should be able to do a lot, but he actually goes for the Toxic. I don't get the special defense drop. I think a regular one is about 15 to 20%. So I have about a 30-40% chance of actually getting this special defense drop. So this third one, I should be able to get one, but you know what? I really don't want to risk it. and I know he's gonna slack off here, so I'm gonna switch into my Houndoom on his slack off. I know he was either gonna Scald or slack off. Slack off seems more reasonable just because he wanted to get HP back to full. So now he's at full HP. I'm actually gonna go for the Dark Pulse here. I am Life Orb, max special attack. Not a special attack boosting nature, but it almost takes him out. And he is actually going to go for the Scald, and that's actually going to take out my Houndoom, which really sucks. And I'm like, oh my god, if he has Regenerator and he switches out, I have to deal with this guy even more, and it's just going to be hell on earth. So I'm going to switch into Angie. Hopefully he actually doesn't switch out, which is really weird. It would have been really smart for him to switch out and just get the regeneration special attack. The regeneration HP boost. But he actually switches into his Donphan. I know I could I probably won't be able to take an Earthquake, but I go for the Psychic because my just massive special attack. It looks by a 2-hit KO. He actually goes for the Rapid Spin just so he could actually use his Dragonite. And I'm thinking, okay, if he has Ice Shard, we will both die. Because I know I won't die to Ice Shard, but I know I will die to Poison next turn. So he's actually going to go to the Ice Shard. I am going to live with pretty generous HP, but I'm going to go for the Psychic to take him out. But sadly, it's going to be a double down just because the Toxic will be able to take me out. So I'm thinking here he has Terrakion, he has Dragonite. Pretty much I need either Stealth Rocks up, or I need to take this Terrakion out. I know I can take the Terrakion out, but he actually decides to go for the superpower. I do have my Keldeo, his Spect, so it's pretty much Dragonite and Terrakion versus Keldeo and Metagross. So I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash just to break him out of his scale. I know superpower will not be able to KO me, even though he's banded. So he actually makes a really bad play, switches into his Terrakion on the Meteor Mash, and that is just completely going to wreck him. Just completely out there. So I have the chance now because he does have his Jolteon. The Jolteon was going to outspeed my Keldeo and just completely destroy it, and actually would probably give him the game. But now he switches into his Terrakion, I kill it, he goes for Thunderbolt. If I live, I win, and I live with 20 HP. I'm going to go for that Earthquake just to get the 100% accuracy, and that's going to kill the Jolteon, and all he has left is his Banded Dragonite. It's at a multi-scale, so he pretty much has to set himself into something. The biggest thing would be Outrage, probably. I go for the Bullet Punch, but he actually goes for the Extreme Speed. Even Extreme Speed Banded is actually pretty powerful, but Keldeo is actually pretty bulky, so I'm going to go with my Harmony, and go for the Hand Power Ice, and he's actually going to go for the Extreme Speed. Not going to do a huge chunk, but the Hand Power Ice will be able to take him out, so that is going to be a very, very good game, bro. So thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. And as always, guys, stay classy.